Hi, my name's Martin and I've found another gate. Welcome to our lost estate. Hi, welcome back. It's come to the end of summer, although you wouldn't really know it with the weather here at the moment, would you? There's blue sky and sunshine beaming down on us. And summer came and went far too fast, didn't it, altogether, with August and September seemed to disappear before we even knew it.
It's the trouble with living somewhere like this. You know, the summer, you get inundated with visitors, which is absolutely lovely, but it does stop play on other fronts. We also had the electrician in, which you knew about, and he worked into the beginning of August and picked it up again after that. We stopped for visitors.
Yes, well, we were working very hard just before that to make sure everything is in place.
Yeah.
As you'll see a little bit later with some of the moving we've been doing.
There's been a lot of work downstairs. Martin's built a whole new bathroom and walled out and ceilinged the main rooms downstairs. And now we're totally safe with the electrics downstairs, which is a real blessing because these old houses, it's always a bit scary. And we're about to embark on rewiring the upstairs. So wish us luck.
It keeps going all the time, doesn't it? Absolutely. But yeah, with all the things going on in summer, it's not just people visiting, is it? There's so much. France kind of really seems to come alive, or at least where we are.
It's so good. There's street markets and street entertainment. Every Tuesday here we have a Mardi evening, free of charge, put on by the Mari.
Yeah, kind of street theatre of clowns and jugglers and acrobats and musicians and all every Tuesday here during the summer season.
And then we have obviously the producers' markets, which most of the main towns in France do, which is lovely and a real chance to get together with everybody. Fetes and vide maisons and all sorts.
And it's just lovely going out and exploring the area in the summer months. So yeah, a lot's gone on altogether. We're here in the garden now, and we're well into harvest season already. So we've been harvesting all sorts of things out of our veg patch. We've got the lovely corn, the
cucumbers, parsnips, runner beans have gone mad. We've had a glut of melons. What else? We have had butternut squashes. We've had squashes of all sorts.
It's been a good year altogether.
Yeah,
one or two
courgettes.
minor disasters. Our tomatoes this year went really badly wrong. It's been a poor year for tomatoes, but yes, our tomato crop was...
We were a bit greedy, to be honest. We planted them too close, and also the trees have grown a bit higher than we anticipated in a veg plot, so combined with that and the rain, it all...
Yeah, they got tomato blight, didn't they? And lots of brown patches, and nothing ripened, and so we had to throw out our entire tomato crop, which was
really
a shame.
Sad.
But otherwise, no, we've been doing really well. But one of our major harvests every year, you'll notice we're here in the orchard currently, is these two trees behind us, which are our peach trees. So we've got a white peach and an orange peach tree here. They give us a huge harvest every year.
Really has been. In past times we've made all sorts of jams and chutneys and lots of fresh peaches to eat, obviously, and ice cream and cakes. And this year we've had even more.
If anything, we had slightly too many peaches because we had a bit of a disaster with the white peach tree, because that's ended up having so much fruit on it the branches got too heavy and the tree split. So yeah, it was part of our learning still about trees. Neither of us have done fruit trees back previously.
And we've got quite a lot here. We've got a really big fig tree which has produced loads of fruit double harvests this year. We've got lots and lots of currant bushes, apples and pears as well. Sadly, we've lost the cherry and the mulberry, so we're going to replace those two. But everything else looks good, and they just need a really severe haircut.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like we haven't been cutting them back enough over the previous couple of years, and so that's some of the things we've learned and will be doing later this year. But yes, in recovering that tree, which looks like it has healed up fairly well from the split because we caught it very quickly, it meant that I've trimmed it all back, and from that we got a lot of peaches.
Yeah.
I think it was 150 white peaches just off the bits I trimmed off.
And they taste delicious. Really lovely.
They were amazing.
Yeah.
But yes, thankfully Claire here is a bit of a preserving master, aren't you?
I've done it for many years. I learnt from my mum and my grandma, and it's a pleasure. I love doing it. This year's been great because we moved the kitchen out of the tiny, tiny room that it was in and back to where it should be. So we've got a bit more elbow room. So come with us down into the new kitchen, and I'll show you what we did with the peaches. Bea and I are in the kitchen. This is where Bea normally lives because he likes kitchens. This is the new kitchen. You all have seen on a previous video we had it really tiny in one of the old bedrooms, and over the summer this was one of the major things that happened. We moved it in here. It's not what we're going to end up with. Martin's going to build a new kitchen with an island. We're having induction hob, ovens built in sink, etc. But I have to say, it's 100% better than the kitchen we had originally. So, this doesn't normally live here, but we thought we'd put it here because this was our tick list of what we were thinking we could do with our peaches this year. Now, we didn't do all of it because we actually didn't have enough peaches to do all of it, but we did do quite a lot. And you'll see that we've marked next to it the number of jars we got and whether we did it or not. I think there's only about 3 or 4 things we didn't actually make in the end. And here you'll see some of the fruits of our labours. Not all of them, because some of them have already disappeared to friends. But let's just talk you through exactly what we did. So this is a classic peach jam. It was made with lemons and caster sugar. Look at the colour, that's kind of a really lovely pale orangey apricot colour, and it's delicious on fresh croissant. Then we made a different jam. This is actually made with brown sugar and vanilla, and it's got a really bourbon kind of taste to it. Lovely on hot toast, buttered hot toast, or on porridge. Then we did a different sort of jelly. I wanted to experiment with what we would in England call a fruit cheese, which is sliceable, and you have it on your cheese board. So this is a peach and herb, mostly rosemary cheese. It's absolutely delicious with hard cheeses. And yes, we can slice it. As you can see, it's set beautifully. Staying on the theme of cheese, we do like our cheese boards. Last year I made a peach and ginger chutney with golden raisins, caster sugar, cinnamon. It was a lovely, lovely recipe. So this year we did the same. A lot of jars got made there. And then moving on to the chili peach, which was hotter, and it was made with some of Martin's homegrown Carolina Reaper. And when I say some, I mean like the smallest amount, because although it's got a lovely taste, it's really, really hot. And then finally, I made last year a barbecue sauce with peaches. It's a real taste of the American Deep South, and you can marinate meat in it, or you can just have it with your barbecue. That is delicious. Then you'll see on the list that there was a few others, particularly the sweet peach chutney, like mango chutney. So here in France, we struggle to find mango chutney. You can get it in some places, it's quite expensive. We like it with our curries. So I challenged Martin to make us a peach equivalent of mango chutney.
This recipe you'll find down in the description below with the ingredients that I'm using. So that, yeah, if you have a glut of peaches that you need to deal with, then give it a go and see what you reckon. If you have any other great ideas for using large quantities of peaches, then feel free to pop the details in the comments below. Just need to fry this onion off for a few minutes to get it started. Then we're going to be adding about 2 teaspoons of chopped garlic, a cup of cranberries. I've got 450 grams of diced peaches here, fresh peaches from our tree that you saw me prep. We've got half a cup of cider vinegar. We've got a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. We've got 2 teaspoons of minced fresh root ginger. Half a teaspoon of salt. We've got 5 tablespoons of maple syrup and 4 tablespoons of lemon juice. I've got some dried chilies here. These are actually some chilies that I grew myself a couple of years ago now. You'll see that I'm going to be using very little of this because they're Carolina Reaper chilies, so very, very hot. But you can use any type of chilli you like, just to give it a little kick in there. And then the rind of the lemon that I'm going to be putting a bit of zest in at the very end. Now that the onion's starting to sweat off a little bit, I'm going to pop in the cranberries. They're dried cranberries. And the garlic. There we go, they've started to soften nicely. So now we just go in with our diced peaches. That's 450 grams of peaches. We go in with our half cup of cider vinegar. I go in with our spices, salt and the ginger. The great thing about chutneys is it's not an exact science. You can play around with the recipes a little bit, unlike kind of baking cakes and so on, where the recipe has to be fairly accurate. With these, if you want to try putting in maybe some cloves or nutmeg into it, it could add a different note to the chutney, which would be lovely. That's lemon juice and maple syrup. And finally, very carefully, I'm going to add in a few shavings of this chilli. If you use milder chilies, you can put in a whole chili diced up. But I know just how strong these are. And then you'll want to cover this and let it simmer for about 10 minutes. Fairly well covered. Then we're going to uncover it, let it cook for about another 10 minutes, just to thicken up and make a really thick chutney, almost jam-like texture to it. It will thicken even further as it cools down, so don't be worried about that. Then, yeah, jar it from there. The best bit, as always, is enjoying the fruits of our labour.
Cheers! And if you want any of the recipes, I've put together a little ebook, A Peachy Life, which will be available for free on Patreon and to buy on Amazon, just covering off, a dozen of our favourite recipes. Cheers!
Here's for Peachy Life.
Yeah.